a 21 Alive News follow-up to a story we first brought you on Wednesday.
A story a lot of people seem to think is pretty cool. 21 Alive's Taylor Williams went back to Convoy, Ohio to further try to answer this question. Just how do you move a barn? Taylor?
Well, very carefully is the short answer, ladies. And let me just tell you, the sight of a barn on wheels had plenty of people lining the roads to see history in the making.
Look closely. In the farm fields of Convoy, Ohio, in Van Wert County, this barn is on the move. Crews moving a local landmark to its forever home. The destination?
The first thing we said this morning when we got up was, today's the day.
The Lincoln Ridge Farm, owned by 5-generation farmers, Jeff and Kathy Thomas, a mile away.
I don't know if words can describe it, the feeling. I was in amazement because it was just like, oh, it's in the middle of the field already.
The mile-long move requires several hours. The barn rolled slowly across the frozen field as skid loaders laid steel plates to help keep that 70-ton structure going. At the same time, a motor attached to the beams moved the wheels through the field. But the short yet long trip had its challenges, thanks to some bumps in the road.
They ran into a communication problem with their remote control.
For 100 years, the barn sat on the Poling family's property, but they needed a bigger barn, so their neighbors bought it. The 3-day process began by lifting the barn onto the beams, and when the word got out, a crowd emerged each day.
We cross 3 different neighbors' land, and they've given us permission to do that. We think that's special in itself. And yes, it has become a community event here in Van Wert County.
Jeff Thomas took me out into the field, front and center, for the big move. And from one concrete foundation to another, the newly named Legacy Barn has a new home.
We are lucky. We're blessed.
Now that the barn is home, its future looks bright because it's being turned into a wedding reception hall, a place that celebrates the futures of many couples for years to come. Taylor Williams, 21 Alive News.
Taylor, thank you so much. The folks over there are really, I think, happy to see that happen and see that historical structure saved.
Yeah, it's a really neat story.
Yeah.